Hey, how's it going, everybody? Ryan here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to more Animal Crossing New Horizons, and welcome back to Acorn. I don't know if you guys can hear that, and when I get out of this camera mode here, I'm sure you guys will be able to a lot clearer. We are officially out of prologue. I was going to say prologue season, but I guess it could be a season. It only lasted about a week, but yeah, we are officially out of prologue mode for our playthrough here on Acorn. As you can hear, we have the wonderful 5 a.m. music and no longer the prologue music. As much as I am going to miss the prologue music once again, I won't be hearing that for a very long time until I pull it up on YouTube again. Hearing this 5 a.m. music again on a very, very empty island is quite nice. But otherwise, I hope you all have been doing well. Thank you all so much for the support on this series thus far. This re-upping of a new Animal Crossing island on Acorn. I have been enjoying coming back to this game every day and just playing it every now and again. And today is a very exciting day for Acorn. Today is a day where I get to... I don't know why I just did that. I meant to actually put bells in that hole for once. Today is the day that we actually get to see what campsite villager we get. At the beginning of every playthrough, your 6th villager generally is going to be a campsite villager, and that villager is always going to be a smug villager. Now, given the fact that on this island in particular, I want all squirrel villagers, I'm looking to get, obviously, a smug squirrel for the campsite villager that we have. The thing is, and I looked this up, there is only one smug squirrel, and if you've been playing this game for a while, or I guess maybe you've even looked it up yourself, you probably already know who that one smug squirrel is, and it is, of course, the very popular, very cool Marshall, little marshmallow ACNH villager. I would love nothing more than to get Marshall in that campsite. It would take a load off thinking about trying to villager hunt for Marshall, I think. As odd as it is, I've only ever run into Marshall on villager hunts maybe one time, if at all, which is so strange considering how often I run into all the other, like, cow or horse villagers. It's a very strange thing. You have to love how RNG works, but yeah, so having Marshall in the campsite would be great because it would be the greatest first squirrel villager to get on this island. But in addition, like I said, it would mean that 1 squirrel down, 9 more to go. I still haven't donated much to Blathers. I do think I'm going to keep the Jurassic Park style as tent for a very long time. It's not going to be very difficult for me to catch critters, get fossils, and all that good stuff to update the museum if I ever want to get to that point. So for now, I'm just going to keep the tent, and if I ever decide to change it, then certainly I can do that. But I really love the aesthetic, and in some ways, I wish that it actually just kind of stayed that way. Not to say that I don't love how the museum looks. I still have Harv as well, too. I have yet to talk to Harv, which I know I'm going to have to at some point, given the fact that Harv's Island does contain all of the new NPCs. But we are here primarily, or I'm here primarily to see... Oh, that's right. It's not going to happen today. It's going to happen tomorrow. Well, you know what? I think... Given the fact that I've already kind of hyped myself up for the reveal of this campsite villager today, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. For anybody that's wondering if I plan on time traveling on Acorn, I guess that does go ahead and answer your question right there. I'm not going to be time traveling a lot to exploit anything like any quick money-making schemes or things like that. As you can see in front of my house, or as you saw, I still do have a bunch of crops growing out in front, and not much more, as I use that as my main money-making thing right now, in addition to just finding random things on the beach and selling them. We are still, as I mentioned before, in the beginning stages of this game, where you do still have tasks to do. And so now that the campsite is built, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to resident services so that I can see what the next step is. Maybe there is something else I can do today. But if I remember correctly, maybe that might be it. I also was able to change the flag. As you can see as well, we have the updated rather, resident services plaza as well too. Isabel being here meant I could change the flag. And so now Acorn has the official Acorn flag. At least for now. I plan on changing that sometime in the future. Not sure how in-depth or detailed it will be, but that's just version 1 for now. Hi, you two. Your home is much roomier. Yes, that's right. I got a home upgrade as well. I was having trouble with my home storage. I was finally running low on it. And so I was able to pay off the first home loan. And now we're on our way to paying off the second home loan. And hopefully, if I can remember to do turnips with Daisy May this weekend, I can hopefully pay that off a little bit sooner than anticipated. So let me just ask Tom Nook really quick what I should do. Campsite is impressive. I'm already getting inquiries and applications from tourists who want to stay here. Won't be long until we get some guests. Okay, when we have a guest, the tent will go up at the campsite, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. Alright, so now they're just going to simply recommend that I decorate the island, make it look a little bit prettier. I obviously know that we don't need to do any of the decorating in order for campsite villagers to appear on the island. So just from a general perspective, it does look like today would generally just be kind of a chore day. Yeah, chores day, talk to your villagers day, do all the normal stuff day. Given the fact that I really thought, for whatever reason, that I would get a campsite villager the exact same day that I would get the campsite built, I do think I am going to go ahead and travel one day ahead in the future just to go and see which villager we do get. Interestingly enough, before I do that, though, I did get the cutscene with Lottie at the airport, which I'm going to show right here on the screen. I was not expecting it. To be honest with you, I wasn't expecting it to appear this early in the game. One thing that I was really interested in seeing now that the game has released most of, if not all of its updates, was to see when things were going to be revealed, given the fact that before we would get trailers for them and then they would just reveal themselves the day of, or yeah, the day of, or in the future. But now I'm interested to see where they are and release in regards to their schedule. So I'm going to finish up doing whatever it is that I'm going to be doing today. I think I'm just going to finish up some of these Nook Miles Plus tasks here just to farm them. I'm still on the road to getting more Nook Miles tickets for hunts. And then I'm going to travel to the future, to tomorrow. We'll see who we get. Oh, well, that's unexpected. I wasn't expecting her to be in her adorable little Halloween costume already. That's great. Oh, and it sucks to know that it's raining tomorrow, but there it is. Today we have a visitor staying at the campsite, so that's awesome. So again, looking for Marshall, but before I do that, so when I was doing the chores for the Nook Miles Plus tasks that I was doing, I absolutely got frustrated with the fact that my inventory was so small still. So what I'm gonna do before I do that is I'm going to upgrade my inventory to go ahead and hold more storage, because yeah, it was not you can see my inventory is already almost full. Not great to do that. So I'm gonna do that really quick. As much as I would have loved to kept most of these Nook Miles so that I could get tickets, that'll be fine. You can always get more Nook Miles. Isabel mentioned it in today's broadcast, but today we have our first guest over at the campsite. If you have time, or even if you don't have time, make time and go check in on our guests. If you have an opening, try talking them into moving to Acorn. So I think no matter who the villager is, if I want to do the KK... I forgot to do this yesterday. Dang it. That's like the one thing I forgot to do. If I want to continue on with the idea of unlocking the KK concert, I think I have to invite this villager no matter what. Pocket organization guide. Purchase. There you go. No more worries about low inventory for hopefully a while now. That is incredibly satisfying. An entire extra row for stuff. Great. It's always a great day when you get a new reaction from your villagers. Beryl teaching the reactions is so funny, though. Okay. Smug campsite villager. There's only one smug squirrel in the entirety of ACNH, and that is Marshall, who I've, of course, have said that I don't run into on villager hunts. I don't know how often I've seen him. I've run into Raymond one time in the campsite. That was it, but without further ado, please be Marshall. That would be so great. Oh, that is unfortunate. Henry, buongiorno. Not that I don't dislike Henry. I actually love all of the most of the frog villagers. And I think there are enough frogs in the game that if I wanted to do an all frog island, I think that would be possible. But Henry is one of the better frogs that I that I enjoy seeing. So not Marshall. That's a shame, but that's okay. We'll talk to Henry so we can do the whole process of getting Henry to move here. Tom Nook with the devil horns. I know that was a meta call by them. They had to have known that it was the perfect fit. So we're just gonna place Henry's home right here. Cool. I do get these small 4x4 square for the home. So to maximize this efficiency, I'm going to try to get it as close to the river, the outlet here, as well as the rock. There we go. So it's going to be it's going to look really awkward, and it's not going to be very great. But in the long run, it'll just be easier for me to do it like this. So little trick and little tip for those that are maybe starting out this game or are still in the process of finishing up their island and are having trouble with placing homes down, especially if you already done a fair amount of things like terraforming, changing things around, and you're not quite sure where to put them, just place them on the beach, and that way you can move them later. All right, Henry has been informed that he is moving in, so he will be here tomorrow. One thing I want to check, though, is I want to check and see what my island rating is. I think even if Isabel has that available to me at this point, every time you walk into resident services, just another new cutscene. Yeah. Just more confirmation. We did find a place for him. Fine news. He was super happy about it. Oh, can't check the island rating yet. So when I talked to Tom Nook about what I should do next, I think word of mouth about this island will spread once more folks start living here. We need any visitors who come to Acorn to be blown away by how wonderful our island is. I want you to put in some work, whether it's pulling weeds, planting flowers, or outdoor decorating. Don't forget what we discussed about infrastructure. So I mean that is the basic thing here. Let's talk infrastructure. Maybe this is it. There are a number of things we can discuss. What did you have in mind? Yeah, let's sell some land. I can't actually remember what layout changes. I think it's moving buildings, but let's sell some land. 10,000 bells per plot of land that we sell. Okay, so I can't remember if I have any money put away. I think I used all of it to pay off my loan from the previous home. So let me take a look here really quick and see if I can pull out some money so that I can sell that first plot of land. Yeah, I have some money in my savings account here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out 10,000 and I'm going to sell that first plot of land, but I would only have 6 Nook Miles or 6 Nook Miles tickets available to me if I were to sell this plot of land. I think that when you sell this plot of land, you have hopefully no longer than, I think, 3 days before it just autofills. I know that most people get pretty bad luck and it autofills the day after, but once you place it, you do have an opportunity to villager hunt and fill it with a villager that you find on a mystery island instead. So with that in mind, I have time to continue to accumulate Nook Miles for tickets, but also I kind of want to just do a quick villager hunt here. I have some pretty easy Nook Miles plus tasks. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and I am just going to see how many of these I can do, because it doesn't appear like I can do much else at this point. I can't check my island rating, so there's no reason to be worried about that. The only thing I can do is just sell more plots for more villagers. It's always so eerie when a villager's just standing outside resident services when you walk outside. So I'm gonna see how many tickets I can possibly accumulate. If I can get 20,000 Nook Miles tickets, then maybe I can do a villager hunt. So let me take a look here and see what I can do. Okay, well, about half an hour later, I have 18,010 Nook Miles to spend. That gives me enough for 9 Nook Miles tickets, including the one that I already have in my pocket. That means that I have enough for 10 Nook Miles tickets. And this is usually about the minimum that I would like to do for the first few Nook Miles, or rather villager hunts that we're going to be, Nook Miles hunts, villager hunts that we're going to be doing for the squirrels. And while I was doing them, I decided to go ahead and look at the list of squirrels that were available in the game, so I can start kind of shortlisting the villagers that I did want. And for those that were interested, the 3 squirrel villagers that I absolutely do want on this island, no matter what, and I will take them above anybody else, no matter what, is Filbert, Ione, and Marshall. Those are the 3 squirrels that I want no matter what. The 7 squirrels as well that I would like to have, but certainly if they end up getting replaced because, I don't know, maybe I just get impatient, that wouldn't be the worst thing, are Blair, Caroline, Mint, Peanut, Poppy, Static, and Sylvana. So those are the 7 ones that, given the entire list of villagers that I would want, those are the actual 10 villagers that I want on this island to complete the villager list. I didn't think I was going to get it down to 10 that fast, but I guess when I was scrolling through the list, I simply chose out 10. I didn't have to add anyone or subtract anybody. This is the 10 squirrels that I want on this island, I guess. So when I get done redeeming all of these Nook Miles for tickets, which man, I still wish this was something that was different. Having to constantly print out each individual ticket one by one. Don't get me wrong, I can see why people went to Nookazon to buy these things in bulk, because man, it's gonna take longer than actually getting the Nook Miles. Let me just do a quick double check here. There we go. 10 Nook Miles tickets that we're going to be using. First, I need to buy this plot of land. Normally, whenever I do villager hunts, I generally save them for their own video. I feel like villager hunts are pretty fun and, for the most part, can be confined to their own video. But given how excited I am to get more villagers on this island already, and also the fact that I want to get more plots on this island ASAP, I am going to go ahead and just shoehorn a villager hunt in right here. So if you've stuck with me until this point, let's go ahead and get a villager hunt going here with 10 tickets. Just like with Henry's house that we placed this morning, or rather earlier today, I am going to place, hopefully, one of my dreamy squirrel houses here. That's a bit too close to the water, but that's okay. I'll just move it back. Perfect. No sold sign on it, so we are free to go ahead and just villager hunt. Now, as I've said before, there is a possibility for this plot of land to be available to me for the next 3 days. So while there is a chance for no rush to fill it, I really don't want to take that chance. So I am first going to, as always, drop my ladder outside of the airport before I go villager hunting. If you don't know, dropping your ladder before you go villager hunting means that you never run into islands where the villager requires you to climb up different levels of the island to talk to them. It's not really a major time saver, but it does if you do a lot of these, which at this point I've done hundreds and hundreds, I think thousands at this point of tickets. Saving time by not constantly climbing up and down over that amount of time is definitely a benefit. But we don't want to go to work. As I said earlier, we do have Lottie and Happy Home Paradise unlocked. I want to fly. I want to go look for some villagers. I got 10 on me. Let's go. I'm so glad that it's not raining on the Mystery Islands. It throws me still that the Mystery Islands sometimes have different weather than your main island, but it's a nice change of pace. And, well, obviously, our first villager on this island is not a squirrel. I can't remember. I think Roswell is one of the new villagers, though. Roswell being a reference, of course. Well, not of course. I think Roswell is a reference to Roswell, New Mexico, given all of the crop circles and alien history that Roswell has. I'm pretty sure that's what the reference is. I do like Roswell's design, though. And I'm pretty sure Roswell is a new villager that was introduced recently. Island number 2. Island number 2, Anteater, starts with A. I can't remember if it's Annalise or Annabelle. Annalisa. Not Annalise. I need to get out of the habit of just going straight home, though, because the Mystery Islands still do have bottles on them that I can be getting as well, too. And I keep forgetting that because, yeah. If you don't know, this is a restart. I've pretty much had like a 1,000-hour island. I had most of the DIYs, or at least I thought so, but it got to a point where I was just simply villager hunting for villagers. So, all right. As much as I would love to spend the time to chop down all the trees and gather all the resources here, I am just gonna move on. Villager hunting waits for nobody. Island 3, I believe, is Drago. I saw green in the distance here. Yeah, I thought I saw the pink as well too, Drago. Still, one of my, like, favorite villager designs in this game. It's just so unique. So according to the Animal Crossing wiki, there are a total of 19 squirrels in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm just going to do some quick math here. I think it's something like 365-ish villagers. I'm just going to round up. I guess that number sticks out in my head because it's how many days are in a year. Divide that by 19. So 1 in 20 chance to get a squirrel, at least in the initial part when I don't have any squirrels. Well, actually, minus the 6, that those odds get a little bit higher, but it means that on average, there is a slim chance that I might not see a squirrel in these 10 tickets. I'd like to not believe so, because what would be the odds of that? But I will... What did I just click on? Oh my gosh, I clicked on something else. I clicked on the online thing. Yeah, if it no matter who I get on the 10th ticket, I may just go ahead and let that autofill, or I may just go into the next day and see if maybe it doesn't fill, and maybe I can continue to villager hunt. But that's okay, because it'll be it right here, right? We'll get a squirrel right here. Island number 4. Nope, just another chicken, which we certainly don't need on our island because we already have Plucky Ava. 5th ticket down. Oh, I love seeing cub villagers no matter what, though. Hi, Chester. You're hidden behind this cliff here, but... Oh, man. I don't think I could ever really dislike most of the cub designs. Like, I know that there are some that I probably dislike more than others, of course. We all have our tier lists for which villagers and, you know, each species that we want. Chester, I would say, is started to grow on me in regards to Chester's design. It's pretty adorable, actually. Ah, darn it. I think you're Prince. Yeah, because I keep thinking about the weird... I don't know. It still just looks like Prince is wearing a mask. Like, underneath the frog mask, there's this really weird-looking human underneath it. Like, I guess I get it, because, you know, like, Frog Prince kissed the princess or kissed the whoever and turned into a human again, but I think they went a little bit overboard on the implication of, of that. 6 tickets down, 4 left to go. And not that I haven't seen a squirrel that I didn't want, but that I haven't seen a squirrel at all. So that's... Ugh. Please at least be a squirrel that I can... Hans! It's not a squirrel that I can at least say no to. Dang it. But I have to check because I've been doing pretty good about getting villagers' names right. This used to be something that I was pretty bad at. And I not to say that I still can't be snuffed out. Pretty bad at it, but it's nice that I've been able to run into all these villagers randomly and get most of their names right. It's a weird thing that I'm oddly proud of lately, but yeah, I used to get them wrong all the time, but I still might. Come on, ticket number 8. Money Rock Island, which I think I probably should go ahead and do this one. I tend to skip these, but the reason Money Rock Island is usually not a good sign for me is I usually tend to not get many good villagers on this island when I go villager hunting. And, oh my goodness. Zucker. Oh man, if no other reason to get Zucker. I used to do this thing, and if I could do it today, I still would. I used to do this thing where I would do the apologetic reaction to Zucker to make my character bow to Zucker, and this would make Zucker bow back to me. And the running gag that I started, I guess, was that I was getting Zucker's blessing for the villager hunt. If I was having a particular bad time villager hunting, I would find Zucker inevitably on the hunt, and I would ask for his blessing, and he would bow right back to me. And it, of course, is just superstitious. Sure, it worked, and it was great when it did, but when it didn't work, it was just like, eh. But it's always a pleasure to see Zucker on villager hunts, and I'm so glad that it was on this one. One that I thought I was going to see absolutely not a villager that I would want to see whatsoever. So I'm just going to grab these money rocks really quick, and 2 tickets left. Number 9. Dang. Dang. Lion. Leopold? Leonardo. Dang it. Also, I like how I said earlier that I was getting all these names right, and then I literally got Annalisa's name wrong. That was, yeah, and also just got this name wrong, so and that was going to come back and bite me. There we go. Leonardo. Oh, man, one more, and, yeah, obviously, I hope it's a squirrel, but I think if it's not, I'm probably just going to go ahead and take my chances and just let the plot not fill and just see who I get the very next time. Oops, I forgot about the bottle. Here we go. Final ticket of today's villager hunt, and then we'll just see what happens with the plot from there. If the plot doesn't fill by tomorrow, I will obviously do my best to try and get some more tickets and see if I can get a villager in there. Hopefully a squirrel that I want in that house before it gets filled with one that I do not. But hopefully our luck is not that terrible. 10th ticket. Last one on me until I get more. 10th ticket. Who do we have? I see pink. Is that not Cherry? Could it be Cherry? Another cup. You might be Cherry, if I remember properly. Yeah, there's 2 cherries. The other cherry is like the goth Halloween dog villager, which actually would have been really fitting and quite cool to run into, given the timing of this video, but dang. Cherry being the 10th and final villager. Cherry's actually not bad. You know, seeing two cubs on this villager hunt really kind of makes me wish that maybe... No. I was going to say maybe that makes me wish that, that was the theme that I gone for first, but no, I love the squirrel villagers. Cub villagers are awesome. That was Cherry. Don't forget my bottle. But dang it. Well, that's 10 tickets down, and it's unfortunate that I didn't even run into a single squirrel. That is a darn shame. Like I said before, I would have liked to at least run into a squirrel to say that I had run into one and that it wasn't one that I wanted, but to not even run into one, that's unfortunate, but no, it's okay. That means I have to go back home to my rainy island. And the worst part is I time traveled into the next day, remember? So when I time travel this game back into my regular day, it'll just be rainy again tomorrow. Well, all right, everyone. It is an absolute mess on this island, or at least on some parts of my island when I was doing my whole farming thing. So yeah, that will do it for today's video while we anticipate the filling in of more plots on this island. So we have a total of 6 houses currently taken up. 5 of the original villagers that we have, and then we have Henry, who moved in from the campsite in today's video. And then we will just wait and see, and hopefully we can get a squirrel villager moved into this plot here the next time we are back on Acorn. Speaking of which, thank you all so much again for your support on the videos and on the channel lately. It's been very much appreciated. If you guys have been enjoying Acorn's playthrough and want to see more of it in your subscription feed in the future, please be sure to subscribe. And please turn notifications on. That way you know when videos get posted. I think there's been a problem going on lately of people not getting notified. I've been seeing people not knowing when videos get posted. So just keep an eye on that. Check down below. Maybe, you know, maybe something happened there. And if you liked the video, be sure to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time on Acorn, and I'll see you in the next video.